teaching techniques. When beginning this topic, it can help to start by looking at the factors of each expression and each term in the expression. This can help them to find a common factor. Example: x squared plus 3x. The factors of x squared are x and x, since x times x is x squared. The factors of 3x are 3 and x, because 3 times x is 3x. X squared also has factors of 1 and itself, x squared, and 3x has factors of 1 and 3x. Everything has a factor of 1 and itself. This therefore makes it easier to see straight away that the common factor of both terms is x. So when we factorise, we put an x on the outside of the brackets, because this is the factor we multiply everything else inside the brackets by, to get back to the original expression. All we need to do is the reverse process to find what goes inside these brackets. What multiplies by x to give the x squared? X times x is x squared. What multiplies by x to give the plus 3x term? We multiply by plus 3. Now, it is good to recommend to students to check their answers by expanding the single brackets to verify they get the expression they started with. X times x is x squared, and x times plus 3 is plus 3x. So we know we have factorised correctly. Example 2. 2y plus 4y squared. Let's look at the factors here. 2y is 2 times y. 4y squared, meanwhile, has a few different factors. We have 4 times y squared, 4y times y. We also have 2y times by 2y, and 2 times by 2y squared. We also must remember that we can have 1 and 4y squared. Similarly, for 2y, we could have 1 and 2y. 1 and itself are always factors of a value. There are a lot of different factors here for 4y squared. It is important for students to identify all these factors, rather than simply thinking of the term as 4 times y squared, as this will not necessarily give them the highest common factor for us to use later. For the highest common factor of 2y and 4y squared, we can see that we have 2y in both groups of factors. 2y is the highest common factor. Although we do not have to use the highest common factor, it can be good practice to look for the best answer. Yes, there are other factors we could use for factorising, such as 2 or y, but there would be an argument for why 2y, the highest common factor, is the best choice. So, if we have 2y on the outside of our brackets, what do we need to multiply it by to get 2y plus 4y squared? 2y times 1 is 2y. We already know that 2y times plus 2y is 4y squared. Factorising this using the highest common factor gives 2y bracket 1 plus 2y closed bracket. However, we know that we can factorise using other factors that are not the highest common factor. We could use y, which is a common factor, and inside the brackets we would have 2 and plus 4y. We could also use 2, with y plus 2y squared, inside the brackets. Deep thinking. Factorise 6d squared plus 9d. Yun says the answer is 3d bracket 2d plus 3 closed bracket. Wei says the answer is 3 bracket 2d squared plus 3d closed bracket. Explain which of them has given the correct answer. We can start by making sure they have both used a common factor. 3 is definitely a common factor of 6 and 9, and 3d is also a common factor of 6d and 9d. so they have both chosen common factors. Now we can try expanding the brackets to see if we get the original expression. 3 times 2d squared is 6d squared, and 3 times plus 3d is plus 9d. Wei has chosen a factor and then factorised correctly with it. Yun, meanwhile, has chosen 3d. 3d times 2d is 6d squared, and 3d times plus 3 is 9d. She has also given a correct factor and factorisation for this expression. Who has given a better answer? Yun has given the better answer because she has used the highest common factor. 3d is the highest common factor that goes into both 6d squared and 9d. Both have given a correct answer, but Yun has given a better answer since hers is the highest common factor. When we look at the correct method for factorising, we should always use the highest common factor rather than any common factor.